coming, Lord Daniel, I am coming. I am coming, Lord Daniel, I am coming. I am coming, Lord Daniel, I am coming.
Same for some of us, the same for all of us. Let me say it in my best Virginian accent. This is for all of we. You rock with AllAhWeTV, the #1. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you don't know it's Lady Lava representing for AllAhWeTV. You don't know who said that Lady Lava, Queen of the Freak.
Yo, good morning, Virgin. This is your boy Jaron from the Muse. Hey, when I wake up in the morning, I always have to tune in to my man MLP on Rise Up on AllAhWeTV. Come join us.
Back in Hawaii. All right, good morning and welcome to the Rise Up Morning Show here at AllAhWeTV. Is 7:29 right here in the United States and the British Virgin Islands. We're opening the doors this morning with I don't want to say even a great announcement because it should be standard, but residents of St. John have power has been restored to the island of St. John. WAPA alert came out about 12:59 a.m. this morning. And if you've been following the news, at Saturday about 10 p.m., there was an act of vandalism that caused the island of St. John to go dark. So almost 3 days, WAPA residents were out of power. So last night about 10 p.m., we went up on the 10 p.m. boat, and we went to speak with residents and experience, and we got a real insight, a real first-hand. We got back on the 11 o'clock boat. By the time we got settled, it was midnight. WAPA done turned back on the power. But we have some great conversation with different age groups. Carmen Wesseloff, two beautiful young ladies on the dock, the lady that owns the taco restaurant right there up by the windmill. Blessings says the power is back on, but there are questions, and they are beyond just general questions. And I'm going to open it right here. Do you know, after Irma Maria, St. John was to receive 2 generators to power Coral Bay and to power Cruz Bay? So the question is, and Carmen Wesseloff asks, where are these generators? So, I mean, one issue just, it's where we go from this issue. So this morning, welcome to Rise Up Morning Show. We were editing, the computer took a little minute, so we're up a little late, but we're happy that we're here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to share the stories, the highlights from, our conversations last night in St. John, where many of us were home, comfy, maybe watching Netflix and chilling. Our residents in St. John were preparing. I mean, I hope they were able to salvage some items out of their fridge, but many had to discard their groceries coming from a weekend of shopping and now throwing that away and then having to restart. Before we get to that, of course, let's say good morning to our beautiful islands, our beautiful people. Whether you're in St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, you're in the British Virgin Islands, Tartola, Virgin Gada, Anegada, Necker Island, Beef Island, all them islands, all the massive and crew. We want to say good morning to you. We're going to get the weather coming your way. I'm going to let you know also what cruise ships we have in port today. But first, this is a great event that's coming up this Sunday. It's a fabulous fundraiser and an elegant event all in one. You want to make sure that you're there. Check it out.
It's time to roll out the green carpet for the 2nd annual Rhythm and Harmony Gala Brunch, benefiting the Schneider Regional Medical Center Foundation. Join us Sunday, March 29th at the Majestic Grand Hotel for an elegant country club garden-inspired brunch where community, music, and purpose come together. Enjoy smooth jazz with Dion Parsons and friends, an elevated culinary experience by Chef Robert Vickers, signature brunch cocktails, and an unforgettable afternoon. Proceeds support improvements to our emergency department, gastroenterology services, cardiac care, and the purchase of critical medical equipment. Don your Sunday best and join us for a stylish and sophisticated afternoon, supporting the advancement of healthcare in our community. Sponsorship opportunities are available.
All right, so that is the Rhythm and Harmony brunch, and that's taking place this Sunday. And as said, it's a fundraiser for our joint health care centers. No matter what, if you have flyaway ambulance, if you have insurance, your health experience starts here in the Virgin Islands. So even if you could get shipped out, you have to be in a condition to get you shipped out. So we want to support our institutions and make sure our institutions are available for us. And how we do that? We do that by supporting them and making sure that they're good to go. And this excellent event, good event, bring your family, come out, have a great time, a nice brunch, delicious food, great music, Dion Parson and the crew. We're going to be promoting it all week, and we really hope you go out. And not only you go alone, you go with a friend and a massive and a crew. But listen, Carnival is knocking on our door. And what's coming up with Carnival? This big event starting Carnival. After this event, give you a little bit of the cruise ship schedules, and then going straight into the St. John highlight. St. John is restored. We are praying power stays, power remain. But we're praying for that on every island, to be honest with you. We pray for that in St. Thomas and St. Croix. We don't really talk about Water Island, but they're probably praying for it too. But thank you to the men and women of the Water and Power Authority. Kid you not, going up on the boat last night, 10 p.m., WAPA were right there on the scene by the submerged wire and the end, like in the end, but right there by Red Hook. When the boat pulling out, that's where part of the submerged wire goes down. And WAPA was there on the scene. We got back on the 11 o'clock boat. WAPA was there on the scene, and then you hear midnight, power came back on. We're closer to 1 o'clock. So thank you to the men and women of the Water and Power Authority. Now, leadership, I always cussing at you because you all need to do better in communication. That thing went out Sunday, and Carl came on the TV, and Monday 1 p.m., no, man. That CEO need to do better. We need to keep the same energy. Remember how you used to cuss up Hugo and say all kind of thing about Hugo? Well, give Carl that special treatment. His name is Carl Knight. And the PIO is Chanel Peterson. And they're my friends, you know. But when you do good, we give you praise. And when you do and you need improvement, we need to tell you need improvement as well, because communication sucks, man. It sucks. Sign up for the WAPA alerts because they support the WAPA alerts, but that's not enough. WAPA has, let me run the ads, tell you this thing. We ain't taking too long on them. Just happy that WAPA is back up and running. That's what's up.
And that's how Carnival 2025 ended.
On March 28th,
We Fettin'
and Ross Barney
present the first lap for Carnival 2026 with Crave Rave
Part 2.
It's an all-star cast that features Big Shaw, YFB, Ecstatic Band, Blind Ears, Quan, Unstoppable Shacks.
They call me Shacks in the water.
With juggling by Selector Ice, DJ Reg, and DJ Molly. It's showtime at the Apollo in the Apollo Theater parking lot below Government Hill. Ticket options are Juve package, bodysuit or t-shirt, dry zone, regular tickets, and early bird. Tickets are between $50 and $75, and outlets Eventbrite, Big Wayne, Anoush 242, and Fade King Barbershop. Crave Rave is going to be Carnival start now.
I'm telling you, Carnival is in your area, baby, and you want to be there to Crave Rave Part 2, the Juve edition, Saturday, March 28th, 7 p.m. until, listen, everybody on that card. So you, listen, Carnival starts. And talking about Carnival, we can go Power, we can go Carnival, we can go back and forth. Want to say good morning to Roger Towing, Trucking and Crane Service. Saw you there, Roger. And Shaniqua Charles, good morning to you. Everyone that's locked down, Joanne Walters, good morning to you. And Tasha Hodge, You open up our gates and the viewers. So thank you this morning. Listen, this experience, St. Jonians, all our residents, what does it show you? You need a generator. Whether you're getting ready to make the move to solar, I mean, in the Virgin Islands, it seems like you need 3. You need WAPA, you need solar, and you still need a generator. So baby steps, of course, you work in your budget. But if you get a nice generator to power your house, Raja get a crane service. Raja could come and lift it up, put it in place for you. You get construction going on. Raja, that's a plug there for you, my boy. Raja doing great things. And, of course, he got the mobile vehicles there to come and expedite you. If you get stuck, Carnival, one thing gonna happen. You might get a flat. You might get locked out. Your car might need a jump start. And you better have that 24-hour pause in there to get you out of that situation. But back to the whole conversation. We all know it since Irma Maria. We need a generator. And I got to get a generator person here advertising. I know Charles Electric used to do generators. He still serviced them, but he's more on the bigger scale of stuff. But this shows us residents, hey, listen, you may have to save up a little change. You don't need to go to the big 10,000, boy, if you can't do it. You might take a little 2,000, I mean, a little 1,000, Home Depot, I mean, in price. That could power your fridge, power your essential items. You might get a bigger scale and go to a 2,500, a 5,000, I'm talking in price. But it shows we got to, listen, we pray it get better, but we have to expect that to get worse. And so you prepare yourself, okay? So get yourself a generator, save up a little bit of a change, because we're in March heading into April. Come May is what? June, July is hurricane season. And we expect, they've been cutting the trees. WAPA been cutting the trees. They're trying to get it together. But you got to be just ready to defend yourself, to support yourself, okay? St. John, happy you're back online. But listen, residents, that's our message to each other. You know, you may, while you're thinking about the carnival costume, that's $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. You might say, hey, I might walk up from the sideline this year and not go to every jam and bram. I might skip that trip and let me put it into a generator for my house. If you're renting from somebody, you could get an inverter and put it on the porch, you know. Get yourself together. You could get a battery powered backup so that you could handle yourself for some days, because it's all about self-resilience, self-reliance. You got to defend yourself. All right, listen, Massive and Crew, good morning to you. This is us heading over to St. John last night on the 10 o'clock boat, because I said power came back at 1 a.m. So when we noticed this thing was still going on, we said, let me go over and let me check out the vibes. And even us, AllAhWeTV, St. Jonians, we don't give you enough coverage. St. John is the I'm not going to say the forgotten stepchild. Your brother and our sister, just St. John, that take care of its own. And we, at times, the whole community, we hear St. Thomas, St. Croix, and we hear the battle. But St. John, that really defend itself. They have a loving spirit, a welcoming spirit. And we're going to give you and be there more with you to show the issues and the topics that's affecting us in Jonian. So, one love to Love City. Here we are, heading over to St. John last night. Big up to Varlock Ventures. Big up to Captino. You know Captino, when you go on his boat, you're going to hear some jamban licking. And big up to his whole team for accommodating, working with us, Carmen Wesselaff, and everyone that was on the ground that appeared in this film right here. All right? Boom, we're heading up St. John to look into this power outage. So that right there is the lights coming from WAPA. The lights that you were seeing, that was WAPA on the site about 10:20 p.m., 10:30. That's the whole hill of darkness. One house they got a light. And in the white someplace, you're going to see government house. But even government house ain't had a generator. Let me give you back the audio. Good morning to Nefa. Nefa, I see you there watching. Good morning to you.
How the hell up? I look rough enough to say, like, you know.
So you staying in St. John?
I definitely am, and right now, honestly, it is horrible. When I tell you, like, the lights is gone, the heat is here. When I'm at work, it's flickering on and off. 1 minute it's on, next minute it's off. Like, I can't even really charge my stuff unless I'm at work. When I'm going home, I have to use my high beams. It's horrible right now.
What part of the island are you?
Right now I'm in Cruz Bay.
You in Cruz? Well, I mean, where you stay at?
I stay past the Westin.
Past the Westin?
Yes. That's what is it? Sorry, Chocolate Hole? Yeah,
Chocolate Hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So y'all have been, you feel like you are getting enough information about what's going on?
Honestly, no. And I also feel like with the information that they was telling us, they would tell us, okay, 11 o'clock is going to come back on, 11 o'clock is not here, then you come back, give us another 2 hours. So every 2 hours is kind of like, you want to give us an update, but you're not giving us an update. And they're also turning off their the commentary for the page also, which to me, that's a big red flag. So I feel like there's something more. I could be wrong, but interacting with the tourists on a daily, it's not a good look.
How the tourists taking it?
They are not taking it well at all, and honestly, I think it's hurting our tourism. Definitely.
What about at home, like your stuff in your fridge?
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on that. I did a big shopping price mart, and all of my stuff was spoiled. I had to throw everything out. So now I'm literally eating at high tide, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
Wish you luck. I hope it come back soon.
Hope so too, man.
I drink it.
You could drink?
That's the only thing there's to do.
You have to have a drink. That's the only thing because you have.
What part you staying up here?
There you go. Bellevue.
Bellevue? That's over by Coral Bay?
No, Gayfield.
Okay. And also no power?
No power.
Generator?
No generator.
So you
community.
You doing restaurants?
Yes. High tide, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, same way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you have children?
Yes.
How the children dealing with it?
They're not happy at all. Not happy.
They going to school still?
Well, he doesn't really have a choice, but he's not happy at all. Like, again, I have to bring everything to charge, and then when I go home, try to consume as much battery as I can. Like, yeah, it's horrible. Absolutely.
Sorry to hear that, man. You step out here in St. John, and I feel like you're in Orma. Maria, look at this. How y'all doing? Y'all visiting?
No.
Visiting?
No.
No? You live here?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all got power at home or no?
Love City Chocolate.
No power?
No power.
No power, yeah.
No?
But the best tacos on the island, Love City Tacos.
Love City Tacos. I see you every year at the taco festival thing. Yeah, man. Yeah. We tape you.
This is a local celebrity right here.
Yeah, man. So where your restaurant is?
And Love City Tacos, Up and Country.
Is in the where?
Up and Country, next to Windmill Bar, across Shambles.
Okay. And you have power, no power?
No, we have a generator, and hopefully it'll be up and running tomorrow too.
But the restaurant's open, right?
Yes.
Your restaurant is open?
Yes.
So you've been managing?
Yes, I've been working all day.
You've been working? At home?
Rock City Tacos too in St. Thomas. I just came back from there.
Where is that?
Tiller Gardens.
Okay, yeah.
Very local spot.
So you stay in St. John?
Yeah.
Have power at home?
No.
Aye.
Been 3 days almost.
3 days almost.
Three.
Wow.
3 días. Sin luz. Guapa, do better.
Okay, we're going to take us a little walk around town. We just talk with a restaurant owner. We talk with a citizen. You can hear the generator in the background. This is Cruz Bay. Normally the street lights on, things on. And we really just run over because this is ongoing just to bring life to the story that this ain't happening, man. And you know, the WAPA personnel, they're doing what they can. We saw them there working on the way up the road on the ferry. However, I think the communication could be a whole lot better. And for the residents here, they have to be feeling the same. So let's go and see what has light but don't have light. All right, that's Cruise. We're there by the former First Bank location. That's looking up by Tap and Still. Woody's, as you can see, all of them are out of light coming down that road. Definitely look like the hurricane zone. And normally here will be full of light. The doors will be open with the stores showing the inventory. That's the Wharfside Landing out of power. So that's us last night in Cruise Bay, St. John. As you see, spoke with a restaurant owner, spoke with two moms, and one is a mom, but two residents, and just expressing their situation. Imagine you just do, and St. Thomas, St. Croix, we have our experiences too, you know. St. Croix had one late last year. We spoke with Director of Communications, Chanel Peterson. She got married name now. Last year, St. Croix had about 40 hours. Was out of power. St. Thomas, you know when the line get cut or the break, St. Thomas have had their experiences. So, yes, we're pushing for a better and WAPA improving, and WAPA is on its steps to improving. I'm for USVI own WAPA. I'm just for better communication and more transparency. We could do better in the communication aspect of it. And I'm encouraging every resident, we have to defend ourselves. Don't wait for them, you know. WAPA that's your primary source of power. But no, it gonna go off. It gonna go off. So we just have to be real with ourselves. We were setting up for the premiere of Anguilla up here last week. And USVI, former Senator Dana Fred Gregory, the day before the big women empowerment event. And we had no power. So it was like, and the generator didn't kick in. So we weren't canceling the production. However, listen, 30 minutes before production time, power came on. We just got in gear because we were preparing all along. And we were not putting on the generator because you don't know how long the outage will go for. So now if that generator, I need to run all night. So my point of the story is, piece by piece, set up yourself. Set up yourself, because nobody, I'm going to take this line from my brother Jason Charles, nobody coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And in saving yourself, put some money down. You don't need to go for the biggest thing. You could start with a little 5K generator, and then later on catch yourself, go to a 10K or go to whatever you need to, or just power your essentials, okay? But we can't always find ourselves here and then worried about them not speaking or whatever they're doing with the updates. And one more time, big up to the ladies and gentlemen of the agency, of the authority, because they're working hard, man. They're hauling backside. They are really, really pushing. So we want to say thank you to them. So coming up next, what we're going to do is we went on a drive around with former Senator at Large, Carmen Wesselaff. It wasn't staged. Carmen was taxiing, shuttling guests around, and I come and say, hey, I want to go around and see the place, who get power. Carmen again, a bite to eat. And then she say, okay, come back, I'm going to set you up. And so she did, and we went and we drove from Cruise Bay to the Westin. But during that ride, we had such a conversation, and our conversation was on, where are, I got to say it in proper grammar, where are the generators that were in line for St. John post Irma Maria? That's the $1 million question right now. Carmen Wesselaff is going to ask it. And now that she opened our eyes, everybody want to know it too. So that's the question that we got to get answered this week. This week, the question of the day is, where are those generators? All right? So listen, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come right back, what we're going to do is all about Carmen Wesselaff, the drive around. We're letting you know this Sunday, it's all about the nice Sunday brunch benefit for the Snyder Regional Medical Center, the whole medical complex, because it's all one now. Snyder Regional Medical, 1F Louis Hospital, and then you have St. John, the Myrakeem, the St. John Clinic. I'm going to mess up the name, but I'm sorry, no disrespect. All right, let's see if we get the commercials to load and then we're on our way. Oh, press the wrong button. Look, it's right here. So listen, I just want to say good morning to you. We have a week coming up ahead of us, and soon, we're going to be in carnival mode, party mode. We're going to be liming through the streets of Rock City, and we definitely want to tell everybody, prepare yourself, set up yourself that, you line within your budget. That's it. We ain't showing out for nobody. We have a free village. The lineup will be announced soon. And listen, whether you're in the troop or you're on the sidewalk posse, make sure this carnival is the best carnival of your life. We're coming right back right here on AllAhWeTV.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look. You know the one. Or one touch. Even one word. It can start with one step. Or one promise. Maybe it's one dream. Or one journey. One smile. One gesture. One deep breath. One leap of faith. One day to remember. Or one night to forget. One moment. So many stories that make up one crazy average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Welcome to the U.S. Virgin Islands, where the American Caribbean meets opportunity. With direct access to the global marketplace, discover a business environment designed to help you succeed.
Good ideas can be realized here.
We have wraparound services. We offer tax incentives. We offer access to capital. Companies that relocate here can get customer care second to none here from the Economic Development Authority.
We located in the Virgin Islands because of easy access of shipping and freight and cargo.
I welcome you to come to the Virgin Islands. Do business with us, expand, start. We're happy to have you. And while you're here, enjoy our lovely sunsets.
To explore a new horizon for your business, please visit our website at www.usvieda.org.
And the Virgin Islands EDA is celebrating 25 years of serving the Virgin Islands, one of our proud partners here, and the Rise Up Morning Show. And the Virgin Islands EDA serves all businesses, so that's big, small, and in between. What they do, they welcome the accommodate, and they have funding. They have tax breaks, they have incentives, they have programs if you're restoring buildings in, what's the name they call it? In the historic districts. They call it the enterprise zones. In the enterprise zones, you have a business, you have a building, they can give you the much needed assistance that you need. So the EDA is available to help Virgin Islanders and welcome businesses from abroad that want to be located here in the Virgin Islands. So go to their website and find out how you can get funding from the USVI EDA organization. So listen, today on the cruise ship schedule, and then we're going to Carmen Westaloff. St. Croix, you have the Jewel of the Seas. That's from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Waiko, we have one ship in St. Thomas. That's the Viking of the Seas. Now, tomorrow is a big cruise ship day. Let's start St. Croix. St. Croix, you have the Viking of the Seas tomorrow. And then St. Thomas, you have 3 ships at Waiko. That's the Disney Treasure, Norwegian Aqua, and I think that's the Ilma, I ain't going to say Irma, but Ima. And Crown Bay has Icon of the Seas, and they have Celebrity Beyond. That's Wednesday, busy cruise ship day. Today, St. Thomas, 1 ship, Viking of the Seas up at Waiko. St. Croix, you have the Jewel of the Seas. And tomorrow, St. Croix, you have the Viking of the Seas. Well, we're still on the topic. Although power has been restored, right, there are questions to, listen, how they say keep reoccurring, what happened to the generators that were promised in St. John. And we're showing you the vibe, showing you the experience that tourists were going through, because once we get restored, many times it's like, okay, move on. Yes, we're going to move on, but we need to fix and make sure that don't happen again. And we have to keep the pressure on. That's what we need to do. Carmen Westaloff, former Senator at Large, was very courteous to welcome us, took us around while she was providing excellent service to the guests. So right here, Rise Up Morning Show. This is about 20 minutes. So check it out. I want you to really hear it in its entirety. We're going to post it to AllAhWeTV as well as the one with the other ladies. And then we have a busy week ahead of us. All right, let's go. Tell them who you are.
I'm Carmen Miranda Wesselhoff Hedrington. Born and raised in St. John. Live in St. John all my life.
Hang on, I have the light so it don't distract you. So we seen where your lights them here on. But we seen the you talk, man. You tell me how it is, man. When this power outage here start, we know it's Saturday 10 p.m.
Saturday at 10 p.m. we lost power. It came back briefly on Sunday around 11:30, and it went off again. It came back on tonight.
Hey, how has the tourists, you hear shuttling guests around here in Cruise Bay, where usually will be light up bright, and it's like a little ghost town, it's like a post-hurricane. How has it been with the guests?
Well, the tourists are still coming out, but it's a struggle because some of the establishments don't have a generator. So it's long lines to the establishments that do have a generator. So some of the businesses are forced to close their doors because they can't accommodate the guests. And right now we're in the peak of season. So it's really rough.
Really rough.
I've been seeing guests walking around with their flashlight on and their cell phone just to see where they're going. So this problem needs to be rectified.
How has, we know everyone has been saying there hasn't been enough communication. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I signed up for WAPA alerts, so I get the WAPA alerts.
Okay.
So if you don't sign up for WAPA alert, you're really not in the loop as to what's going on. But I signed up for it, so I get mine by email. But it was just a little troubling that every time you check it, first it was 10 o'clock the next morning, then they say it'll be on by 2, then they say it'll be on by 6:30, then they say it'll be on by 2 a.m., and they just keep moving the bunk post further and further and further. So I think when they have a better idea of what's going to happen, they just need to wait until that time and tell us instead of giving us false hope. And I think one of my biggest concerns is the fact that we have so many people that have medication that has to be refrigerated. And that is a big concern of mine. We have a lot of seniors that live alone. That's another big concern of mine.
I've been hearing that a lot, and you know, it shows the heart of St. Johnians. Like you're worried about yourself and hurting by yourself, but first and foremost, you all are concerned about the senior citizens and those who need, who require power to keep their medication or keep their items required for survival going. So that shows you the heart of St. Johnian. So you put others before yourself.
Yes, because again, this is hard times. I mean, people don't want to believe it, people don't want to accept it, but people are really out there suffering and struggling. And with this power outage, how does it feel to know you just went shopping and you just spent $1,000 in groceries because you have to go to St. Thomas to shop, so you do one big shopping, and then tomorrow you have to throw everything out of your freezer and your fridge because there's no way to keep it, no way to keep it cold, So it's really hurtful. It's not good. This is not good at all.
How would a typical night? Tonight is Monday night?
Yeah.
How would a Monday night be? Definitely places will be light up.
Every place would be lit. Every place would be like Woody's. Look at Woody's. Woody's is closed. Beach Bar was closed. The refinery, Blind Donkey, they all closed. And all of them would have people sitting outside on their balcony just having a sip, having a drink, enjoying the night, Everything is closed, those establishments.
Wow.
But I have one question, and I'd like somebody to really explain to me. After Irma and Maria, it is my understanding that there were 2 generators for St. John, one for Cruz Bay and one for Carroll Bay. They said these generators were on island, and no one could tell anybody or tell us St. Johnians where are these 2 generators that were brought for St. John.
And these are generators for WAPA to power the island?
To power one in Cruz Bay, one was for Carroll Bay. That's my $1 million question. Where are these generators that were on island for the island of St. John? St. John pays way too much property taxes. St. John prices are higher than anybody else owns. I think St. John carry the government. That's how I always feel. But we always get the back end of the deal. And this has to stop. It's high time that St. John has its own power generating unit. We should not have to rely on St. Thomas. We shouldn't suffer when St. Thomas suffers. Look right here. This is our Silver Arrow. This was our old plant. Something needs to be done, even if they try.
That's where the old plant was?
That's the Silver Arrow.
Next to the marketplace?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this place light up from what, the port?
This is Viper. This is the Virgin Islands Port Authority property.
Coming around. So back to those generators. It was announced during, and I don't want to store the part, but when it was announced, and look that hill just in darkness. What you call that area over there?
That's Contant.
That's Contant Hill?
Yeah.
Wow. So was it Brian administration or MAP administration that said the generators were here?
This was in 2018, I believe. 2018. This was after the hurricane, but it wasn't the same year. I think it was 2018. And I don't remember who. 2018 was still MAP.
Up the hill now. This is the hill with the accident the other day?
Yes.
Okay. So you say 2018, look at all of these places just out of power. Yeah,
I think it was in 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
That they say the generators were here.
I think it's 2018. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was 20. I know it was after Irma and Maria because it came in because of the hurricane.
Of course.
We were out of power till December, so I think they came in 2018.
And nobody have no answer?
Nobody has an answer. No one has an answer.
Anybody ask the question to the at-large or the administrator?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
Okay. Have they been vocal during this year?
The people on St. John?
No, the administrator, the at-large senator.
I haven't heard anything from either of them. I can't say they have or they haven't, but I know as far as I know, I have heard. Didn't hear anything from the senator at large, nor the administrator, no.
And a few weeks ago, St. John had some blackouts, right? So this is like a double whammy. It was a few weeks ago that you had some blackouts?
You know, about a few weeks ago, but it wasn't anything like this.
It wasn't like this.
But we had a nice run for a little while. We were steady. I mean, WAPA wasn't going off. And we were like, okay, we're back on track. So I started feeling good. And then we had a couple power outages. Then we were back on track until now. This is the Western.
The Western right here we're pulling in. So most of your guests were Western customers tonight or all over?
Western, the Hills, which is the old Serenus, former Serenusa was the name, and Estate Lindholm.
All those places have generators?
The Hills, as far as I saw, seemed like they were in darkness. They didn't seem to have light. But Estate Lane Home and the Westin, they have their own generators. All right, folks, please take your time. Watch your head, watch your step, please. Yes, we really would like to know where these generators are, and we really need to get this WAPA situation under some kind of control. St. John is only 19 square miles. You know, the Virgin Islands is too small to be experiencing these kind of power outages. Too small. This problem should be way behind us and focusing on other issues. So we really need to get a hand on our power situation, whatever it takes, because this is unacceptable.
It's ridiculous. So, I'm going to, I don't want to get too far into you, but at home, how you been coping? You have a generator?
I have a generator, but it hasn't been hooked up as yet.
So it's like you don't have a generator.
It's like I don't have one. But you know, I learned to tough it out. I really learned to tough it out. You know, I'm a customer of the olden days. I mean, I'm young, but still brought up old school. So I know how to survive.
Catch water and go in a bucket?
Catch water. Yep. And I have my coal pot and my coal if I need to.
So what you been doing? You been you have a gas stove or electric stove?
I have an electric stove.
So you been eating out?
Eating out, yeah.
I see you had a good plate of food there, man. Where that food come from?
From Hillside Terrace.
Hillside Terrace.
Some sauteed shrimps with fungi and seasoned rice and plantain. And it's very good.
Yeah, it smells good.
So senators, governor, administrators, please hear our cry. This cannot happen again. This is going on day 3. Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday, Monday going to Tuesday. This is going on day 3.
Pine Peace area. My friend T-Shell up in here.
Yes.
Me and T-Shell talk, my St. Jonian friends and I'll say family. You know the one thing about St. Jonians are, we talk about how I look out for one another, you know, care, everybody talk about the seniors, but St. John that be like the forgotten child.
Always.
And St. Jonians that kind of take care of themselves.
Yep.
You have to left to fend for yourself.
Yes.
If I say correct, not take care of yourself, you have no choice.
But yep, we are resilient people. And we don't sit down and wait for no handouts.
So right here you said this is the old power plant?
Yes, this was called the Silver Arrow.
The Silver Arrow?
Yeah.
And that used to generate electricity from there?
Yes.
And power the island?
Not the whole island, but especially in the Cruise Bay downtown area.
Okay.
Not the whole island.
So they will bring, I guess, the diesel or the oil there and do what was necessary?
Do what was necessary, yep. So when St. Thomas go off,
that was like your backup generator?
That was our backup. That would click in.
Oh my God.
You know what's also troubling? I remember since this administration, I have to say this administration, they had big talks about burying the lines from Cruise Bay to Myra Keaton Clinic. In the case of another hurricane like Irma and Maria.
It happened?
That at least the clinic, the Myra Keaton Hospital Clinic, which is how you want to refer to it, would always have power. They started digging up from the power unit down by Moorhead Point. I remember they started some work. How far they got, I don't know. And then I heard that they were going North Shore first before they go center line. But the work just stopped. What's going on with that project? Why haven't the lines been buried from Cruise Bay to Myra Keaton? In case of situations like this again. A lot of questions, no answers.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Well, even for myself being media, you know, I say we don't spend enough time in St. John. That's AllAhWeTV. So, you know, I saw some comments. I went looking at the Whopper alerts myself over the weekend.
5 minutes too.
But you know, I saw Ian made a post. Then I saw Lorraine made a post. Then I said, okay, this is looking serious.
Yeah.
And then as the day unfolded, I'm like, what? I don't know the Whopper gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, they're working hard. But it'll just come back again to me. It shouldn't take you Monday if this say happens Saturday night for you to come out and say something. CEO, PIO, they need to be working it, and all of them have cell phone. Look how we recording on cell phone.
Yeah.
They could do the same.
Yeah, and you know, I'm trying to understand something. I know I saw in the news media that someone tampered with some kind of high voltage line. And that's kind of troubling to me, because that has to be somebody who has mental illness or somebody who isn't right. I mean, who would tamper with a high voltage line? And if this was so critical or so serious, the Sunday power was restored at 11:30. So if this was a high voltage line and we got it restored Sunday 11:30, this is Monday night 11 o'clock. So it couldn't have been that damage that you got it restored, even if it was for 15 minutes.
Well, they say...
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Well, from what they say, it was 3 parts, 1, 2, 3, and 1 command line, 2 command line, having problem with the 3rd part of the component. I can't really get quoted. I don't know how an individual can mess with such a high-powered line.
Yeah, that's
either they know what they're doing, or somebody belong 6 feet under.
Something. But that's. I don't think anybody really would trouble no high voltage line, but that's my opinion.
But we thank you for the time, for the excuse me, the conversation. We're gonna make it back to St. Thomas and deal with you. And thank you for the drive around.
You're welcome.
And we wish St. John, you know, your brothers and our sisters, y'all in our prayers, and we with you.
And come a little more often, because St. John has its own serious issues and concerns that are not being addressed. So come a little bit more often and check the pulse of the people of St. John, because we're paying way too much taxes, we're paying way too much in everything to be ignored. So come a little more often.
I love that. All right, we're back. We're going back down on the 11 right now. St. John, best wishes. And just in time before it starts to rain. It's 11 p.m. and the last ferry for Monday night departs St. John. And it brings to close another day, another night on St. John that residents are without power since an act of vandalism damaged the power line that now affects the residents on this island, those with power or those with generators. And the few businesses that have, we thank the people that we met, we thank the people that talked with us, come forward and shared with us their experience. This is our brothers and sisters. This ain't strangers. We ain't watching a third world country. This is the U.S. Virgin Islands. And we have people right now that are without power. I'm going to pan to the left. That little white dot, that's the government house building. You can look over, you can see a building there with some light. Again, those with generators have light, and those without, fortunately, like most residents, have not. So we look at Cruise Bay, the dock that is, powered by generators, as we say goodbye and we go back to St. Thomas. Our hearts are with our brothers and sisters in St. John, because all of us know how it feels. And imagine you in St. John in darkness and you looking over to the island of St. Thomas and they have power. We just thank the men and women in advance of WAPA who walking right now around the clock trying to bring this thing here back up online. And anyone who knows those responsible, don't hesitate to call 911. Call some law enforcement, because just think about the children who got to go to school without power, can't wake up without power. The mother, single mother, who just bought groceries, who have to empty her fridge and throw them away. I mean, this hair runs deep, my son. This hair deep. It's deep. Till next time, this is AllAhWeTV. Good night. All right, that's us in St. John last night. Want to thank former at-large Senator Carmen Wesselaar for her courteousness, her drive around, her conversation, and her insight. Her insight, as we said, who knows St. John had 2 generators that were lined up for it, that was promised, and the question is, where are these generators today? Because the residents needed generators. If those generators sitting down someplace, they could be turned on and they could be activated and they could bring some relief in when the unforeseen occurs. Well, it's the Rise Up Morning Show here at AllAhWeTV. It's 8:19 right now in the United States Virgin Islands and the BVI. We're going to run the EDA 25th anniversary commercial service in the people and everyone of the Virgin Islands and beyond. And we're going to come right back and wrap it up here on this Tuesday, this beautiful Tuesday.
For 25 years, the Virgin Islands Economic Development Authority has helped build a stronger economy by attracting investment, supporting small businesses, expanding trade and exports, and revitalizing historic towns. We have helped create jobs and spurred small business growth across our islands. We manage our industrial parks to provide spaces where businesses and communities thrive. Thank you for partnering with us. Let's keep growing together. Learn more at usvieda.org.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, 25 years invested in a more resilient future. Economic Development Authority of the United States Virgin Islands. Listen, thank you all for watching this morning. And we're thankful that St. John is back up and running. Happy we made the journey yesterday. Once again, thank you to Captino, everyone that accommodated us along the way. Each time AllAhWeTV, Best Island Fete, whether we do a carnival coverage, we're on a road, we're doing any type of specialty. Even in our day-to-day, there's so many people that accommodate, that help, assist, that move us along the way. I want to say thank you to you from in St. Croix doing parade route and the nice people handing us water, St. John. There's so much accommodation. This is really a community platform, and that's why we showcase us. And just reading a comment here, they said there were 2 large generators purchased to St. John after Irma, probably with FEMA money, or they stored under the FEMA lumber and St. Thomas. St. Thomas have FEMA lumber? I thought it was St. Croix. Anyway, the questions are there. And we're going to ask the questions because I want to know what happened with these generators. I want to know. And if the generators, what happened? You know, it was some years ago. Did they get purchased? Did the generators come? They didn't come? We need to know. Anyway, this is one thing we want to do. We want to remind everybody that it is an election year. So we're encouraging everybody that your vote is your voice. Your vote is where you demand and you voice what you want to see take place in this place. Okay? So research your number 1, register to vote. 2, research your candidates. Pull them up, ask questions. If they're moving like you too, they're too stush for you, then they're too stush for your vote. All right? They got to talk to you because they work for you. They're representatives of the people. Don't get it twisted. When they get in and they're in the fancy car and they get a bodyguard and stuff like that, that's your elected official. All right? And now, when they're in, don't think we take a time out. No, we need to organize ourselves in groups, in action. So even you meet with them individually and you continue to ask questions, present what it is that you are requesting or you demand to see in your community. Because remember, this is our community. We got to take that ownership and not say that, hey, it's, yeah, that's how it is. No. Them man work for us and them ladies work for us. So we have to demand that change. So we got to register to vote, research your candidates, and just like a job, if they ain't doing what you want them to do, then they don't go back. Simple. They don't get your vote. Don't feel like you have to vote for 7, or you have to vote for 5. You vote for who you are happy with voting for. That's on the senator's side. We have the governor that we have is a gubernatorial election, and we also have a delegate to Congress, and then we have different representatives for these boards, Democratic Party, Board of Election, Board of Education. So you have to vote with who line up with your goals and your morals. All right? It's your voice, you in charge. Use your voice. Don't silence yourself, or then you're accepting anything that come your way. Listen, man, wishing everybody a beautiful day today. You keep reaching for the stars. One day you're about to touch the sky. And always keep smiling, because nothing get them vexer than when they come to you with sharpness and attitude, and you smile to them and you tell them Jesus love you. So we getting out of here a smile, and Jesus loves you. Until tomorrow is the Rise Up Morning Show here on AllAhWeTV. You be safe, drive safe, no excessive speeding. If you're walking across the road, please use the crosswalk. That tells us somebody in your lane to cross. Just don't cross like you own the road, because you might want to be a bowling pin. All right, everyone, have a lovely day. As we leave, we remind you, we are brought to you by Miss Naturalista, located in St. Thomas and St. Croix. St. Croix located right by the market. Right up by the market west, former Plaza West, in front of Jane's Bridal, and St. Thomas in the Yacht Haven Grand, by Moe's and by Red Hook Family Practice, by the Windies entrance. And they have everything you need, man. Everything for hair, lotion, oils, butters, no matter the type of regimen of hair or the texture of hair you got, they got the product for you. They got things for your dogs, they got things for your children, and they got things for us men. 100% natural, no additives, none of that. Just all good. You smell wonderful, and it'll be working through your hair. So no matter if you have straight, you have natural, you have any, listen, they have something for everything. Miss Naturalista, St. Thomas and St. Croix.
Let's redefine getting ready. Today ain't just about stepping out, we stepping up. Starting with the essentials, the Levi Fisher bundle isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. Hydrating and grooming that bed perfectly. Next, let's not forget the skin. With Naked Luxury's Fairline Men, we taking premium care that leaves your skin irresistible. Why? Because self-care ain't just a luxury, it's a necessity. So before you head out, remember looking good is more than just clothes. It's about bringing out your natural charm. You think your woman and want to see you rough all the time? Don't forget, look good all the time. Take care of yourself.